It's 2 a.m., you are freezing, soaked to the bone, and every muscle in your body is screaming for mercy. But there's no stopping. Welcome to Navy SEAL Hell Week, where only the toughest survive. Could you survive 5 days of no sleep, endless drills, and freezing water? Let's dive into the brutal reality of Hell Week. So what exactly is Hell Week, and why does it exist? Hell Week is part of basic underwater demolition SEAL training, a 6-month program that turns ordinary people into extraordinary warriors. It happens early in training, during the first phase, for one clear reason: to find out who truly has what it takes. This isn't just about running fast or being strong. It's about proving that you have the mental toughness, grit, and determination to keep going even when your body and mind are screaming at you to quit. Freezing water, heavy loads, endless running. These challenges aren't random. They're designed to simulate the exhaustion, pressure, and confusion SEALs face in life or death missions. Hell Week also tests teamwork. SEALs can't operate alone. They need to rely on the men beside them. Those who try to go it alone, they fail. And here's the thing: most people don't make it. In a typical class, about 75% of candidates drop out, many within the first 2 days. The structure of Hell Week. Hell Week is a grueling 5.5-day marathon of pain, exhaustion, and perseverance. It begins on a Sunday evening and ends sometime on Friday, but for the candidates, the days blur into one endless nightmare. Let's break it down. Day 1. The chaos begins. The week kicks off with a jarring shot breakout. Explosions, gunfire sounds, and instructors screaming orders fill the air. The candidates are thrown straight into chaos with no warning. They're drenched with freezing cold water, ordered to roll in the sand, and then expected to begin physical exercises immediately. The first night is brutal. It sets the tone for what's to come. Candidates run miles, carry heavy logs, and perform endless sets of push-ups, sit-ups, and burpees. There's no time to think, only to move. The goal is to break the candidates' spirits right from the start. Days 2 and 3. By the second day, sleep deprivation begins to set in. Imagine running on fumes, with only adrenaline and willpower keeping you moving. Candidates are pushed to complete team drills, run through obstacle courses, and paddle boats in the ocean. The freezing water becomes a constant enemy, sapping energy and testing mental toughness. Teamwork becomes critical at this stage. Candidates carry heavy inflatable boats above their heads for miles. If even one person stumbles, the entire team suffers. Those who lack team spirit or can't keep up are quickly singled out by instructors. Midweek. By the third day, most candidates hit a wall. Exhaustion takes over, and many begin to question if they can keep going. This is where the infamous bell comes into play. The brass bell stands as a symbol of quitting. All it takes is 3 rings and you're done. But those who stay face even more challenges. Surf torture becomes a regular part of their day. Candidates are ordered to lie shoulder to shoulder in the freezing Pacific Ocean, letting the icy waves crash over them. Instructors watch closely, searching for any sign of weakness. Some candidates lose their ability to think clearly due to the cold, but they're expected to keep going regardless. The final push. By the end of the week, those who remain are barely functioning. Sleep deprivation has told most candidates have only had 2 to 4 hours of sleep all week. Their bodies are battered, and their minds are foggy. But the instructors don't ease up. The final days involve non-stop physical activity, including long-distance runs, grueling obstacle courses, and relentless teamwork drills. The candidates who make it through are physically broken, but mentally unshakable. They've survived something most people couldn't even imagine, proving they have what it takes to move forward in SEAL training. But wait, does this sound a bit too easy? It's not. Let's take a closer look at some of the toughest and most brutal tasks candidates face during Hell Week. Surf torture. One of the most infamous parts of Hell Week, surf torture or cold water immersion, is pure misery. Candidates are ordered to wade into the freezing ocean and lie on their backs in the surf. The waves crash over them repeatedly, leaving them soaked and chilled to the bone. The instructor's goal is simple: make them quit. The cold is relentless. Most candidates can't stop shivering, and some even begin to lose feeling in their limbs. But there's no escape. Boat drills. The inflatable boats become every candidate's worst nightmare during Hell Week. These boats weigh over 200 pounds and are carried everywhere, on land, over sand dunes, and even through obstacle courses. Log PT. Another signature Hell Week event is log physical training, or log PT. Teams are assigned massive wooden logs that they must carry, lift, and hold above their heads. These logs weigh several hundred pounds, and every movement is done as a group. The exercises seem endless. Squats, presses, and even running with the log. It's not just physically draining, it's mentally punishing. Running on empty. Throughout Hell Week, candidates run over 200 miles. Some of these runs are on flat ground, but many are on soft sand or steep hills. The instructors keep the pace punishingly fast, and there's no room for slowing down. The hardest part? There's no time to recover. After each run, the candidates are thrown into another challenge, whether it's paddling boats in rough waters or racing through obstacle courses. The instructors don't just want the fastest or strongest candidates. They want the ones who refuse to quit. In the end, surviving Hell Week is about proving that you can endure the impossible. The question is, could you? If there's one thing that Hell Week teaches, it's that mental toughness is more important than physical strength. When muscles fail, the mind takes over. And that's where the real test begins. The constant yelling, freezing water, and relentless physical drills aren't just to test endurance. They're psychological weapons. Instructors create an environment where every moment feels chaotic and overwhelming. They force candidates to question themselves. Do I really belong here? Can I push through this? But here's the secret. The instructors aren't looking for superhumans. They're looking for people who can control their minds under pressure. The power of small wins. One way candidates survive is by focusing on small victories. Completing one exercise, surviving another hour, or even just enduring another wave of surf torture becomes a win. These small mental checkpoints help them keep going. The brotherhood factor. Mental toughness isn't just an individual effort. It's built through teamwork. Candidates lean on each other during the darkest moments, drawing strength from the group. Whether it's a teammate encouraging you to keep moving or sharing the burden of a heavy log, the bonds forged during Hell Week are unbreakable. Quitting. The bell that beckons. In the middle of all the chaos, there's a constant reminder of an easy way out. The brass bell. It sits in plain view, ready for any candidate who decides they've had enough. 3 rings and it's all over. No questions asked. During Hell Week, quitting becomes a real temptation. The cold, exhaustion, and pain seem endless. For some, ringing the bell feels like a relief, a way to escape misery. Most candidates don't quit because they aren't strong or fast enough. They quit because they can't overcome the mental and emotional toll. When you haven't slept in days, when your body feels broken, and when the instructors are screaming at you, quitting feels like the logical choice.
The real purpose of the tour is to put candidates in stressful situations. They feel uncomfortable the entire time. They have very little rest. They're sleep deprived. And the only way they can make it through tour is if they're there for their teammates.
But then there are those who never give in. They've decided, long before Hell Week even starts, that quitting isn't an option. They've mentally prepared themselves for the suffering and refuse to let the bell win. For these individuals, every moment of pain is a step closer to their dream. And by resisting the urge to quit, they prove they have the determination to become Navy SEAL. When Hell Week finally ends, those who survive are physically and mentally shattered. Their bodies are bruised, their muscles ache, and their minds are foggy from exhaustion. But they've earned something priceless: pride, resilience, and the respect of their instructors. Beyond the SEAL community, Hell Week has inspired people around the world. It's a reminder that even in the darkest moments, the human spirit is capable of incredible strength. So when you think of Hell Week, don't just think of pain and suffering. Think of determination, teamwork, and the power of never giving up, because that's what it takes to become a Navy SEAL. If you're curious about what it really takes to survive this grueling test and want us to break it down in detail, let us know in the comments. We'd love to make a video diving into the secrets of survival. Stay strong, and we'll see you in the next one.